Take 3. Let's see if I'm going to be successful this time. It's Mercury retrograde. Everything will last more. So guys, it was my intention not to give you guidelines for, hey, you know, this is the general energy. But as I was shuffling and just trying to kind of really meditate on the cards and meditate on signs, well, 3 cards jumped out. So that clearly was to me a sign. I saw the sign. So we have Page of Pentacles, we have 8 of Cups, and we have Queen of Wands. So I'm not going to go in majority of the details other than telling you, well, that's really good news. Look at him. He has a map on the bottom. He kind of has a feeling where he wants to go and what he wants to accomplish. After all, this is a pentacle. And look at the tower where he is heading. He is also flipping a coin up in the air, so he is feeling lucky. Pentacle is basically omen of some maybe new financial future. And I know generally it's New Year that we make new resolutions, but this seems to me that November will actually push us in that direction. And in fact, more so with 8 of Cups. Look at her, she's leaving. Does she look like that she's missing something? Nope. Nope. Look at this. All of these cups are nice and solid over here. In fact, one of them is still steaming. She just felt, there's something missing. There's a particular spice. There's something that I really want, and I really want to go in that direction. So this is going to be honoring that kind of thing. And then where we are heading, whoa, ladies, if you're a lady, you will be on freaking fire. You will be setting your affairs, you'll be putting things in order, organizing, doing. It's going to get busy. This is very unusual for the end of the year in Northern Hemisphere, because we go, oh my god, it's 4 o'clock and it's dark outside, or oh my god, it's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's dark outside. It's one of those really hard days to get through, but not this time around. If you're a Cat Tarot listener, you are going to be infused with energy. So Queen of Wands, if you're a guy, would mean that you're going to have a woman organizing you. Hey, just bend over. You might be slapped on your tushy. So no, I'm just kidding. Queen of Wands is a really good sign. It means we'll be willing to move further. So there were 3 cards. It was one after another, after another, jumping out. So what I really liked about that is that actually we do not have swords. Yes, I know I'm Aquarius, I'm a sword element, but we are going to do really okay without thinking too much, because analysis paralysis, maybe it lasted for a few months, but this means, hey, I know I have to do slow and steady. I maybe need to get a few more courses, but I'm getting there. I want to better myself, and then put all of things in motion. So before I start with your sign, let me just give you a really quick announcement, which is usually happening at this time of a year. And yes, this is that time of a year. I'm actually producing 3 times the material. So Mercury retrograde, 3 times the material. Well, what could go wrong? But if you guys are curious about the upcoming year, the fashion of the last 2 years, I'm going to do my annual taroscopes. I might shuffle things around a little bit. Generally, there is general info about the upcoming year in terms of numerology. We are entering a year number 4, but the most important thing, we are entering a completely new decade, right? So if you're curious about basically the upcoming year, if you have multiple plans that you want to implement in 2020, you're just not alone. So these predictions will help you a great deal. Of course, a personalized planning is also available, but this one here is now on pre-order. It is for $19.95 for one sign, and it is for $45 for all 12. So that way you can check your ascendant, you can check your moon sign, and yeah, you can just peek in somebody else's future for 2020. So take advantage of this price. So I'll be working on that during the month of November. Hopefully they'll be fully delivered by early December, and then the price will go up, significantly up. So guys, 2020 is very important year because it marks the beginning of that relationship between Jupiter and Saturn conjunction that initiates a 20-year cycle. Well, if this is something that you really take seriously, if you really want to push forward and have this additional kind of like tricks in your pocket, this is the way to go. So just click on the link, or you can also visit me on social media where I'll be advertising this for the next month to come. So, shall we start? Hello Capricorns, and welcome to November. So it is coming close the next month. Yes, it's going to be Sagittarian season, but end of that season it is ta-da, it will be you. So it is really getting close. So what I'm seeing here is you got express your love. You know that I'm not looking at these kind of like Disney version of interpretation. Let your friends help you. So introduction, and healing family issues. So it says here, and I just said I'm not reading, but your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This is really telling me it's maybe going to be a therapy couch, it's going to be a tarot reading, it's going to be talking to a friend, because it's going to be something that you may be bottled up in your system that needs to get out. It doesn't serve the purpose. Maybe something has been there to protect you. Maybe, like sometimes we put the guardrails and the big walls when we are hurt or we just like really want to function. But it almost like looks to me that you need to kind of like comprehend. You need to kind of like, as I said, you are capable. You are able to push this forward. So let's see where else this takes us. You're having Seven of Pentacles. The Hermit. You're like in a processing mode. There's like something that is on your mind, and there are like issues you really want to address. This also is connecting to when Mars enters Scorpio. You are not going to jump the gun like most signs will. You are really going to go in contemplation of how you need to deal with something. Revenge is the best served cold, as they say, right? So it's kind of like going to be something like this, right? So it is going to be really important to understand that there's like something that you have been dealing with, something you have been building. Maybe you're tired of how others didn't take you really seriously in a situation. So keep in mind that on November 12th, we are going through full moon in Taurus. That is kind of like really beneficial for you because you are kind of sister earth sign. But it is a full moon. Make sure you do my full moon meditation. I actually recorded it during full moon. So it is like so much more beneficial because I had additional energy and it is helping us to let things go. In this particular case, it's about luxury. It's when it's in Taurus and you're going like, no, I'm not letting go my gold necklace. I'm not letting go my fine china. Mine. No, that's not what I meant. You need to understand that full moon in Taurus is really talking about abundance. And it is positioning to what abundance is for you. And in what kind of like situation you really want to go. You also have Five of Cups. Does it mean that maybe there's like somebody who is holding you back, or who kind of like relegated you to the sidelines and you have been dealing with bruised ego or trying to defend something? Maybe something has been indefensible, because when you have this card, healing family issues, it's really telling me that, we get these karmic soulmates coming in our lives and we blame it to them. You did this to me. Trust me, take my karma reading. You're not going to regret it. It tells you the story that you wrote, you want to go on. What movie was that with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was in Mars? Total Recall, right? So it is exactly like that. You kind of like put a cassette in, this is what I want, and I hope for this ending, but you have all these like alternative endings. So my karma reading really tells you about that. So here I see karma is at play. And there's like no a big surprise that your sign is basically shown as the devil. And devil is karma card. It's one of, not the karma cards as a designatum for some kind of like connection, but it is about karma and something cleansing. Meaning you came to this life saying, I'm going to live an ordinary life and I'm going to build and build and build and rebuild. And we see that in the Seven of Pentacles. You have a Nine of Cups. Maybe it was a situation in the past that you're bringing into, that there's like a final stage of something that you kind of like got your emotional center of some sort. You have a Two of Wands. Lovely again. What am I doing and where am I going in the future? What kind of like life am I going to build for myself? I absolutely love this card. Like, I mean, it's the dreaming. And this is a lollipop here. No, that's a magic wand. You can tell that I have astigmatism, which is absolutely lovely because I get these extra symbols on the cards here as well. And then we have Ace of Wands. Oh my God. You know, it could be somebody from the past coming through. Maybe there's like somebody with whom you separated, you fell apart, and you needed to rebuild yourself. Now that's going to be tricky. You will try to figure out if you really want to go through that. But look, you're having express your love and let your friends help you. You know, there is like one card in tarot which is not really shown here yet, and the sounds that you're hearing, this is like my cat and dog playing. So he's nudging her with the nose and she's saying meow, 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 don't push me too hard. And that's something that I see over here, that maybe it was a situation which hasn't been well defined. The card that I was telling you about is called Temperance, and Temperance is really saying that life is a set of circumstances. In that set of circumstances, things need to line up, stars need to line up for us to move it forward, to us to go in the future, right? So something happened to you, though those stars just like did not align, and you really needed to deal with different things. And it looks like it has been something about how comfortable you feel, where you are and who you are. Remember, there are certain things that is stemming right now that goes to the past lives or something that previously happened, most likely when you were very young. And the decision that has been made, that you made lots of sense in the moment. But you are still carrying on that decision now when it's not needed anymore, right? So if you're standing out and have a gun to defend yourself, it makes lots of sense. But if a florist is coming to your door and you open with a gun, that would be really, really weird, right? So that's what I'm saying. There's like something that needs to stop, something that is getting to this point. Oh my gosh, you're getting the Star, my favorite card. Not because it's Aquarius, but yeah, sure. But it's because this is the card of hope. And look at her. She is transferring this universal energy. She's able to pull stuff from the thin air and push it down. So you might be dealing with an air sign, guys, over here. Or you might still be like in a situation where it's going to start to feel very hopeful about something. It's kind of really interesting. There is like a 7 and 1, and we have a 1 and we have a 7 over here. That is kind of lying down on Hermit, as I said, kind of like processing certain things. Maybe somebody's coming back in your life that you kind of like wrote off, or that he or she wrote you off, and now it's going to feel oh my God, this is possible. I was just telling you about this card, Temperance, when certain things need to put together. But this is a much stronger card as Temperance. Temperance, after all, is stage 14, and this is stage 17. So that means the person over here already learned the stage 14 when things need to work out. And understanding we need to work so much more, right? We need to go through thick and thin, and then, and only then, you really know about somebody's character. Or guys, maybe you had a dry spell and you didn't really want to date, you didn't want to go out with someone, or maybe you just like felt disappointed and disillusioned, and this could actually mean meeting somebody new and feeling really hopeful about things working out. There it is, Temperance. And it's coming on the outside. So maybe the conditions that you had before with some person just couldn't work. And it couldn't work because you still need to work on yourself over certain things, and there are still certain hoops you need to jump. And this is showing up. Something that is workable. A workable solution is coming forward over here. And then we have a Queen of Cups. So love is in the air. This is really good. But this is falling in your hopes and fears. And I shouldn't say but. This is falling in your hopes and fears, meaning you're saying, I really, really hope for the best. But you're also terrified that, oh my God, I just don't want to be where I was once. Because look at that, this soulmate thing, Two of Cups, which is a soulmate card, is right here, waiting for somebody. Hey, but you know, you're feeling there's like something lost. So this is telling me that, guys, if somebody's coming back in your life, or you want to be back in someone's life, and something started to happen, because Ace of Wands is this magic, like, right, magic and hope together. Oh my gosh, what can go wrong, right? So imagine like you're getting the special numbers, and that's what happened to me during my sleep. I got lottery numbers, and I dreamt that I was dreaming in a dream that I was like punching those numbers. The next morning, my phone where I was punching it broke down, and I couldn't retrieve them. And this kind of like is one of those magic moments that for some reason for me didn't work out. Don't make sure that you have a freaking paper, really old world technology when this is happening. So something like that may happen. Hi, Savi. Hey, you love Capricorns? No, she's just here to make a furry visit. But this also could mean that you are a little bit afraid of all these emotions. You see, when you have this karmic soulmate, which I see over here, they trigger us. We just like fly out of like proportion. Like, I mean, and it's normal because we need to reenact something. We need to start making peace with certain situation before it resolves. And then all of a sudden it's resolved. It doesn't have that magic on you. It just is. And it feels comfortable. It feels like really good. This is such a good fit over here. There is like the solidity that I see that something can happen. So you do have a fear of mostly yourself, mostly if you really want to go in some situation and how is this going to work. You kind of like really are feeling that something has been jeopardized in your life. And then you're getting Page of Pentacles. This is lovely. Look at it, flipping this coin and saying you are like going to say to yourself in the end, what the heck, I'm going, I'll do it. And look, on the bottom you also have Page of Cups, so double whammy. It's kind of like what I dreamt for me, what I envisioned for me, I'm going to do. I'm going to push it forward. It's going to really work out. So guys, this is going to be interesting month. It's going to be like, let me clean the house, everything that I don't need. As I told you, November 12th, it's going to be a reassessment, what really makes you happy. Because I really think you have gone through emotional shift, and something again of that kind is going to be another shift around November 26th. That's November 25th and November 26th. November 25th, we have Venus going into Capricorn. And this is lovely. You're going to be very attractive, very appealing. So, make sure you're like, upping your kind of like thing and attracting other people. This is a really, really good person. This is the mate you want to attract, right? Also, it's going to feel like it's time to party after like we move from Scorpio to Sagittarius. And then when on Tuesday we have on November 26th we have this new moon in Sagittarius, hopefully I'll be able, and I don't know when, also have a meditation for a new moon where you're kind of setting this new process. For you, that new moon is going to arrive earlier, meaning you're going to start feeling that somebody's already probing. Maybe somebody's going to contact you and you are going to say, well, I need to think through it. I need to really sit on it. You're going to feel all these past emotions and impacts like on your skin, and you're going to maybe even say to yourself, I'm not doing this. I've been down this road. I felt it. I was hurt. Nope, I'm not repeating it again. But this optimism that I told you, like where you have a map and you have this like road that is like now wide open, it's going to really spell like adventure. So when on November 27th, like Neptune, which is very dreamy, goes direct, it's going to feel like love is in the air. It's going to feel like I can make it, I can do it, and you're going to feel very, very comfortable about your decision. It's not going to be trigger points. It's not going to be kind of like weird things going on. So I do want to see this because this really shows your fear, and it shows like that you're kind of like feeling a little bit isolated. Yeah, maybe you turn to work, maybe you turn to your books. We see this dude in a dress and tights. Yeah, it is 16th, 17th, 18th century, whatever you want to call it, right? But there is like somebody who felt that there is like a complete value. We don't have this much. Like people are almost like feeling very comfortable being idiots, and for you that's not the case. So it's really lovely that you got this. Maybe you're going to enroll on your course. Maybe you're going to meet somebody through travel or through education this month. This also could be counseling as well, because this figure over here is reading a rather large book over here, right? So this could be some either study. Actually, I have a room in my place that really looks like that. And this is not somebody who is easily distracted, and this is why you feel that something coming in your life like this, it's something that can actually take you off your path. And that's why you really want to be like, thinking through it, right? But this is really telling me that you actually can trust this person, that this is a person of a culture and possibly knowledge and status as well, right? But this is also something that is really important for you, which I think it cost you before. There's like something about discretion. And again, you have to ask yourself, how much of that was you? That you had your buttons pushed and triggered, versus how much maybe they had open heart and wanted to have everything aired out. So maybe there was a crisis in the relationship, and if that was the case, then like a wise person or a friend, or as I said, kind of like contact me for a reading, can actually provide counsel to restore that harmony. And boy, this can really, really go very far. So this is going to be a lovely month. This is going to take you very, very far. So my dear Capricorn, I just have one more card that I want to read for you that I pulled prior to this, and it's called One Ring Circus. So let me tell you what this is all about. It says, independence is key now as you step into your journey today. And we have this journey, and we have a journey, we have a journey, and we have a journey here. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. when you know who you are, and that goes back to what I was pointing out to healing family issues, and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. So don't chicken out. Don't feel that the best path forward is just I want to be on my own and me and nothing and nobody but me, because there are like so many goodies for you this particular month. Just make sure this sits well with you. Make sure that you're like resolving these old issues and moving to your bliss in the future. So my dear Capricorn, make sure you also check your ascendant, you check your moon sign, pre-order my annuals because they are like fantastic, so I can say that for myself. And yeah, for any other reading, you can check my website and everything that is my social media, where you get daily readings as well. So love you, all the best, and have a wonderful November.